Hello everyone, we're here today in beautiful Santa Rosa.
Yeah, it appears as though we're in a normal, everyday business park that you'd go to.
But this particular business park is anything but average. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Cannacraft, guys.
Hey Dennis, good to see you.
Let me show you around. Show you
Awesome.
what we do here. So right over here, we have some of our just samples of some of the products that we're making here in the facilities. You got ABX, Care by Design, Hi-Fi Hops, Farmer and the Felon. If I take you around for a little tour there, we kind of got some articles of the history of Cannacraft. We had really bad fires back in 16, and in those fires we lost some greenhouses, some of our employees lost houses, and actually we just expanded Cannacraft. We had another 12,000 square foot that we just took on. It was all cubicles, and the Red Cross hit us up, and they actually moved the headquarters of the Red Cross right into Cannacraft, because their normal headquarters for Northern California was up in Windsor. It was too close to the fire. So we had literally 150, 200 Red Cross people just came over and took over the facility. When the guy said, oh, can we use it for our headquarters? I'm like, you know, this is a cannabis company, right? And he's like, I don't care what it is. We need a headquarters. So with all the stigma around cannabis and then being able to work right with the community in a crisis, it really was a good opportunity for, you know, cannabis companies to be there in the communities.
So you guys have always been with the community. Even the Red Cross is working with you.
Yeah. This is where, you know, made the New York Times, but not quite how my mom wanted me to make it. You know, back in 2016, we got raided here, and it was literally 2 weeks after all the regulators and stuff came and toured our facility. They needed to look and see what a manufacturing looked like, because they had never seen one, but they got to write regulations for it. So they needed somebody to like take them through. So we gave them all our SOPs, came through, toured the facility. They were so grateful. And then 2 weeks later, 100 agent raid on the facility. They kicked every door in, took all of our product, took all of our extractors, took everything, took the money out of the safes that were like everybody's payroll.
Took you.
Took me as
Took
well,
you too.
and put me in a $5 million bond, which was one of the highest in Sonoma County history for cannabis.
Yeah.
And then somehow the community came and protested, and the state came and said, hey, what are you doing? We were just there. This was like one of the most like compliant facilities that we've ever seen. And somehow they decided that maybe that wasn't the right one and let me out of jail.
Well, and it's interesting, it shows the disconnect all the way back then, that the state and local agencies weren't discussing things, because obviously if they had gone to the state and gone, hey, we're about to do this action, they would have gone, that's not the guy you should be going after.
Exactly. But it was a good, like, if there was a time to bring them in, that was one of them, right?
Right.
See this totem here, right in the middle of the hallway.
I love it.
These carvers, one night, I was getting ready to do an all hands meeting, and he's all, I got this totem, and it's got a Ganesh, and it will remove all obstacles. And he's all, you can put it right next to the mic when you speak. And I thought he was talking about one this tall. And by the morning, he was trying to get it in through this door with a forklift, and we just stood it up. It was like, okay, it's not going any further. So that's our totem that.
I love it.
Definitely adds a unique touch.
Well, Dennis, you have even a story that goes back even further than what we just talked about in 16. Tell us a little bit about the story prior to that, because a lot of people I don't think know your story there.
Yeah, the story prior really was, I started growing cannabis literally while I was in high school. So we're talking 88, 89, and I was up in Mendocino County, in Willits area. And then I kept growing, and I got bigger and bigger. I ended up going up to Humboldt County and put a big indoor together and got raided by the DEA. At the time, you had, you know, mandatory minimums. They were crazy, and I ended up running. And I went on the run. I was a fugitive for 4.5 years. I had a different name. My name was Josh Abrams, and they finally caught up with me. So I had to pay the piper and away from my kids for 6.5 years, and it was really hard. But got out, and you know.
I love what you did to flip the script on it, though.
We've been involved for a long time with helping prisoners for nonviolent cannabis offenses, and I know it's something that's near and dear to your heart, especially given your past. Tell us a little bit about Farmer and the Felon.
Yeah, Farmer and Felon is a brand that we started a few years back, and it was really one that just kind of told the story of our history in this space before legalization. It was really about bringing awareness to prisoners that are in prison and been in prison for a long time for this nonviolent cannabis offenses. And so right here we have this wall with these prisoners that are in prison right now. Yes. And so we did a letter writing campaign to have our employees write them and pick a prisoner, and we raised money too through the products to go to Last Prisoner Project.
And it really is amazing. Once you've been through a raid, this takes a whole lot more importance on than just somebody who's looking at it from the outside. We've been raided, you've been raided, we understand how important it is, so we really appreciate what you're doing.
And I love the idea of the letter writing campaign, because when you're inside and you don't have that connection, it's an amazing feeling to go meet somebody that's been in that you were talking to on the outside.
Absolutely.
And having their freedom.
Yeah.
Well, and that just goes along the lines with working with the Red Cross during the fires. Now you're working with cannabis prisoners. You're just part of the community. It just shows the passion that's involved.
Yeah, well, you know, it makes you feel really good when you can help and when you're able to do that, and especially when you've been through it. You know what these people are thinking. They're all away from their families, and getting them out as soon as possible is important.
I love the other brands that you've created, ABX, the Care by Designs. Those are medical-focused brands. You weren't coming out with rec hype flower. You were doing things that were going to make an impact in people's lives. It's the same thing we've been trying to do for the better part of a decade. So kudos to you guys on that as well. The scale you're able to do that is impressive.
So the production room.
Yeah, so this is sort of finished packaging. So they're doing gummies over here. Looks like they're doing some batter there, and then they're doing soft gels over there.
Amazing. So as you're scaling up, you know, we can see that there still are products that just have to be hand done.
Yep.
You need something that's going to be precise and quality, but yet still do a scalable process.
Yeah, so let me show you over here what we're doing on the cart filling. So right here, we got this Xylem machine about 3 or 4 months ago, which has just literally changed the game for us. I can't tell you how many different cart fillers I've bought over the years that are sitting in the back warehouse somewhere. This is literally the first one that worked even better than I even thought it would. And so it just changed the game. Like, there's one person that's able to punch out, you know, 5, 6, 8,000 carts in a day, where it used to be 10 people to do that. And it's really super precise, and I'm amazed with it.
Some of the things we like about it is you can just put your carts in and it writes themselves. It literally fills through jacketed lines, so you're not having to keep your concentrate at a higher temperature than you really want it, and then it puts the cap on, and then it just falls out.
Yeah, so the future right now, Xylem's working on this other machine for us to do diamonds in sauce, and where it's basically shaking the diamonds into the jar, putting the sauce in. And right now, if you watch what the manual way of doing that is, it's super slow. And so we're having such good success right now that they're selling a ton of them, but the man hours that go into filling these is crazy. So we're really excited about this machine as well.
Like you said, the reality of it was people used to have 10 grams on a scale, and they would do one at a time. But what I've always said, if you were off by 0.1, doing 10, you're off by a gram now, which is acceptable for metric, but it's not good for products. You don't want to give away a gram every time. This machine is amazing the way it'll weigh out the amount of diamonds you need, and then add the exact amount of sauce. It's really a cool machine.
Yeah. So these things are game changers for us. So now we're just going to tell them everything that we need designed and have them do the rest of our manufacturing. Yeah, so we're excited.
So the whole point is you start with community, you build a good product, and eventually people want more of it, and you have to scale. And these are the types of machines that help you scale using quality and precision.
Absolutely.
There's never been one like this, right?
Yeah, no, I've never seen anything like this.
This is a one of a kind right here. I love it. You've been of the culture, but you're always striving and exceeding to bring a better product. It's a medical plant first.
Yep.
What we've all known was anecdotal from the old days
Yep.
to now being scientifically proven.
Yeah, and that really leads into the ABX and some of the new products that we're putting out right now, just phenomenal. And just all the way that we're extracting, just the technology, bringing the right people in with the techniques and things.
But as you can see, everybody likes to have fun as well.
Yeah, we do. Bring that culture from all the growers and all the manufacturers and retailers together in events like this. It's really great to get all those people really coming together and socializing and stuff. Really amazing.
And the proper scaling is important as well. We've admired you from afar. You're definitely a man of the community, like we like to consider ourselves, so it's been an honor to come through.
Well, we love what you do, so keep it going.
Thank you.